Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all listen. This is a beautiful time of tonight. I'm so excited about what God is already doing, what He's already done. Like I'm so excited about the guest that we have on tonight, y'all. She's a beautiful soul, beautiful guest. Y'all, we have the principal of Hamilton County Elementary School on tonight. So, y'all, we are ready for you all to come in and chime in. Like I always tell you all to share, share, share. Make sure y'all share this video because this woman of God is ready. She's excited to be able to answer your questions. And guess what? I'm excited because I got another principal on the show with me on tonight. And a principal that I have personally worked for. And she's absolutely wonderful, very professional. I worked for her previously at the prison, and then now God got her in the education field. How ironic is that? So I'm excited about it. So y'all make sure that y'all share this video on tonight. It's going to be something that you're going to want to be a part of. Y'all know when I'm on the Big Queen Talk Show, I always tell you all to make sure that y'all share. Y'all make sure that y'all share this video. Y'all make sure y'all comment. We love the interactions. Y'all have to interact with us. Y'all have to communicate with us. This is why we're here. And she's here and available to answer your questions. Okay. So y'all have to come on. So y'all go ahead and chime on in. Go ahead and share this video. Get ready to comment. Go ahead, get ready to even ask questions. That's what she is here for, to answer any of your questions. Any of you that's from the Hamilton County area, y'all already know about the changes that have been implemented at Hamilton School. And so she's ready to answer your questions. And if you are from Hamilton County School, if you're a teacher, you're a parent, you're a sub, whatever it is that you do, share this video as well. And y'all know what? We are streaming live on several platforms right now. We on Facebook, Newbeing Queen Talk on Facebook. We on my other Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn and we are on YouTube. Okay. So y'all listen, if you happen to miss the show on tonight, you can watch it on your TV. You can actually watch her on your television station. So make sure that you are sharing this. Okay. This is going to be something worth it. Also, let me give y'all a little bit of history about her. Let me kind of tell you all some things that she has done before she's gotten to this place of being the principal of Hamilton County School. So she's from Jasper, Florida. She lives in Jasper, Florida. It's a hometown. She goes to Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church in Jasper, Florida. Woo, woo. And she is a class of Hamilton County class of 1988. So not only is she the principal, come on, but she also graduated from Hamilton County. So she knows the ins and outs of Hamilton County. Okay, she graduated from North Florida Community College with Associates of Arts and Florida AME University with a Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education, Florida AME University with her Master's Educational Leadership in all levels. Come on. And she's also got a teacher career in 2003, presented at Central Hamilton Elementary, and now at Hamilton Elementary School. She was a third grade teacher for 5 years and fourth grade teacher for 6 years. Come on. And her curriculum coordinator, MTSS Coordinator, Teacher of the Year 2007 and 2014. Come on. That is big when you become Teacher of the Year, okay? And so she's became the District Teacher of the Year 2015. Come on. And then she became the assistant principal and now the principal. She have worked her way up. She probably serves as the leader of a great school with great students and great staff. And I was one of them. And so now I work mainly at the high school, but I still love subbing even when I go to the elementary school. It is really a job. I'm here to tell you all. So I'm excited to bring her forward, y'all. And not only that, she's working to build a learning environment of excellence in all areas of the school, elementary school. And together, we rise to excellence is our continued mission. And that is the statement for tonight. Y'all, I'm going to get ready to bring this woman of God up, the principal of Hamilton County Elementary School, the beautiful and the wonderful, the magnificent Kathy Griffin. Hey, how are you? I bet you're saying, now look at her. She is doing too. She is just doing the most on tonight. Go ahead and take you off mute. So she is doing the most on tonight. So I'm excited to have you on the show on tonight. I'm just super excited. As you can tell, I always get in excited when I have beautiful people to come on the show. But I'm personally excited because I have worked with you at the school. You've always presented yourself to be extremely professional, very kind, and and the teachers. I'm telling you, I listen. I was there with them babies, the kindergarten babies. I with them all because them babies, if you mispronounce their name, they're gonna gang up on you and tell you that's not her name, and they're gonna tell you how to pronounce her name. If you don't talk like they talk, they're gonna get on to you, and the teachers, I'm telling you, they were happy to have me there. They worked with me. They said, if you need anything, let us know, and I'm telling you, they made me feel welcome, and I'm just, I gotta stop talking because I get out excited. You won't get a chance to even get a word in. So listen, what are some of the things that is like a main concern for you on tonight? No, hold on. Before we do that, is there anything that you want them to know about you? Is there anything that you say, you know what, I would like for them to know this about me that I may have missed?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come on to your show. And just, I'm just blessed and
Yes,
grateful
ma'am.
to have the opportunity to serve.
And glad to have you here.
And with, like I said, beautiful children. We have amazing students, the most beautiful children in the world, I tell anyone.
Yes.
And just wonderful people that I get to work with every single day. And it's just a blessing to be able to serve in a community that is just near and dear to my heart. Of course, I was born and raised in Jasper.
Come on.
I know a lot of people in Hamilton County, and I mean, I'm just happy to be able to serve in this capacity.
And not only that, that's what I was saying before. Like when you were talking about born and raised right in Hamilton County, you know the ins, the outs of it, and then you worked your way up. You went to school. You was a teacher as well. You did your thing. And listen, you didn't send me the whole bio, thank God. Because I know it would have been a whole lot of stuff that you would have had on there because we both worked at the prison together, and you didn't have that in there. You did 18 years working there, and I mean, you have just done so much. You don't look your age because you look young. Okay, you just look young. Okay, you don't look like all that. You got all those years behind you. But I do want to ask you a question because these are things that people may or may not ask you. This is why we're asking them to come on and comment, because one of the things that you said when we first started talking, I was asking what are some of your main concerns, some of the things you want to talk about. And you was talking about the consolidating the schools and bringing some of the students from the elementary school to the high school. And you said, that was a rough transition for the parents. People had a lot of concerns about that. Can you elaborate on that just a little bit more for us?
Yes, ma'am. So back in 2016, 2017, we began to consolidate our elementary schools. So we brought 3 schools together in one location in our new school.
Right.
And of course, we in our schools, North Hamilton, South Hamilton, Central Hamilton, those were like our home schools. So of course, leaving those home schools and bringing all of our people together, of course you have a lot of apprehension or whatever, and it just working to build that family oriented environment was just the goal. I was the assistant principal along with Miss Peggy Hasty, and we had to work to build that family oriented environment and just keep everyone together, keep our children together, build the confidence, and just gain that confidence from the community, gain that confidence from parents, and gain that confidence from children, because that's the most important thing, and so, it was, and I know that, we get our feelings involved, but at the end of the day, when children are happy, when children are performing, when children are doing what they need to do, that's what counts.
Right. And I know, I forgot about that. Y'all had to know that was a change, right? Y'all had to change from, this from Central, all the different schools had to come together, right? White Springs,
Right.
Jennings
Yes, ma'am.
to Jasper. That was a transition. That
It
was.
And change is hard. I mean, change is hard. And so, just understanding all those things. But thankfully, of course, we had some, hills to climb. But I
Right.
mean, overall, I feel like we have really evened some things out, and I mean, we just really have a great school, and we're continuing to build and
Right.
mold our children into what we need for them to be. Of course, you have challenges.
Yes.
We have mandates that we have to follow, state mandates, federal
Mm,
mandates, local, education mandates. So, putting those things into perspective, but keeping the children at the forefront. That's the
mhm.
most important thing, because I mean, at the end of the day, the day, everything we do is for, our children.
Right. Right. And I'm telling you, y'all are doing a wonderful job, because the transition was not as complex as we thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was
Hmm.
done like this for so many years, and
Hmm.
then all of a sudden, now it has changed, and it's like, how are they going to do that? What sense does that make? Everything is fine. Why rock the boat and things like that? And so it was a little rough at first, and now you
Hmm.
brought all the beautiful babies together. Now they're getting
Yes.
along. And it's a nice, like you said, a nice knit family. You got all of Hamilton County and one school. You got them in one area. So
Yes.
that's a beautiful thing.
Aside
Can we
from that, we are a Title One school, so we
uh-huh.
get we get Title One funds, and that gives us the opportunity to ensure that all of our children have the opportunity to um, have these resources, not just
Right,
So I think that's one of the most important things: the fact that we are able to include all of our children throughout the county, not just
right,
Jasper, not just Jenny's, not just White Springs, but our entire county. The children
right.
in our county get to have access to these resources.
Right. Now, when you say Title One school, what does that mean? Can you break that down for us?
Yes, ma'am. So that means that we get additional funding to help with educational programs, different programs, our federal programs, our migrant programs, and just to ensure that we're able to provide adequate staffing, adequate training for
Mm,
teachers, and
right,
just adequate training for parents. So whatever it is that we need to do, our Title One
right.
funds are available to help with that.
Right, right. And that's a beautiful thing. And I personally think that y'all are utilizing the funds for what they're for. And y'all, listen, when I walk to the school, you all are, to me, y'all are fully equipped with the right teachers, with the right staff, there. And and everybody, they get along. And I just love it. And if they don't get along, I don't know, but everybody seems to be very nice and pleasant, to me. And I see how they interact with the children, even when they're coming through lunch, even though it's, hey, get your food and things like that. But they're talking to the babies, they know them by name, even the staff that work in the food service department. So hats off to them for being professional and patient back there with those babies. But I do want to ask a question now. When we had to consolidate the elementary school to the high school, were you there during that transition,
When
when it started? When it first started, were you there when the transition started from the
when the
middle school,
elementary schools consolidated?
when the elementary, when the babies that was in the fifth grade now went into the sixth grade at the high school?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Of course, we had sixth grade up until this is our second year that sixth
Right.
grade is now at the high school, on the high school campus. But yes, ma'am,
Hmm.
I was a part of that transition as well.
And I'm telling you, because I'll be at the high school, and they're doing a wonderful job with those babies. They're at the high
Yes,
school. I'm
ma'am.
telling you.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I had a question, even as just someone who had a baby that was at the high school, and I was like, how are they going to keep them separated? How are they going to keep them from mingling with the high schoolers? How are they going to keep those middle school babies? And they're
Hmm.
doing a great job, because they have an actual building just for them, and they eat at different times. When they move around at different times, and we escort them to lunch and things like that. So it is really set up really nice. So they're doing, hats off to those who came
Yes,
up with
ma'am.
the
And
idea.
of
Now,
course, it takes the meetings of the minds, getting
yeah,
together, organizing. It takes a lot of that. And of course, we have superb leadership in our superintendent and our district staff, and Mr. Mitchell is awesome, and his administrative staff. So and I am very blessed to have the administrative staff that I have. So I feel like we work very hard to organize things to minimize those issues. And I mean, and that helps a lot.
Well, I do want to make a comment. I gotta say her name, Miss Cheyenne Ogburn. Listen,
Okay.
I
Yes,
have the reason why, the reason why I'm talking about her is because we have no idea the stress that the teachers experience, even from the elementary level. And we have babies, and I have one of them. Lord have mercy. And April Bristol. My baby is a little different. Okay, he's different
Mhm.
from my other babies, and he gives everybody a hard time. But to just know that they are really trying their best with him. So when you have children that gives the teachers a hard time, I said to myself, if I had to deal with some of the things that April and Cheyenne have to deal with my baby, I probably would quit. So I'm telling you that your staff are great. They're well trained. Um, and it's great to have staff out there that you can trust. And sometimes it is, for me, just a little scary because of my background. When you
Mhm.
have a child that's not listening as he should. But when you have staff that are trained, and they talk to you and they communicate with you and they help you to better understand. I've had 3 meetings. I've had it with
Yep.
with Mr. Clarity, Mr. Perez. Oh my goodness. And it's been great meetings, and they've helped me to understand that, hey, I'm not alone. My husband is
Mhm.
not alone. That they're there to help me with my baby in the transition of him, being home now, going to school, and he don't want to go to school. It's like a fight and a struggle every day. So
Mhm.
I wanted to just give Miss Cheyenne, April, Mr. Perez, and Mr. Clarity the accolades for really taking the time. And you know what? I don't know the lady's name. I got to say this. Those ladies that are out there that wait for these vehicles to come by in the cold,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
sleet,
ma'am.
snow, in the rain. They are
Mhm.
out there with these babies, and they say like, "Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you look nice today. Well, hey, how are you doing?" And they know my son by
Mhm.
name, and they try to make it an easy transition from home to school. So I'm telling you, your staff is just awesome. I just want to
Yes,
say
ma'am.
that. Want to give them hats off. And Mitzi Moore is doing a wonderful job out there, and she's a great communicator, and she believes
Yes.
in cleanliness. I would say that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, is there anything that is like a concern for yourself? Because we know we got the babies at the elementary school. What is something
Yeah.
that you say, this is one thing I really want? I want the parents to know what we are doing here and what we would like to see. Is there anything you want to say, you want to share?
So of course, I want parents to know that we want to continue to build a great school. We love their children, and as I mean, just listening to you, I mean, I'm just thinking about that those things are from the top down. I mean,
Right.
when it comes to, I'll just go back to leadership. Leadership that's a service.
Come
Okay, to
on.
me, it's not a position. I may have the title of a principal, but that that's nothing. It's about
Hmm.
my service. How do I serve? And I
Right.
try very hard to be a good role model for the people that I serve. I try to be a
Right.
good role model for my teachers, for my paras, for my chick students, anyone who comes on campus.
Right.
Treat people with kindness and respect. Everyone deserves
Mm,
kindness and respect. And
right.
that is, I want to build that culture at our school, that culture of
Mm,
excellence.
come on.
Teachers who are working. I mean, we have, professional development for our teachers, targeted professional
Mm,
development, so that if there are issues that they're struggling with,
yes.
we can give them some additional training so that they can help students. I mean, that's
Come
student
on.
achievement is one of the is at the forefront at our school right now for all of our students. I know that you have seen our motto, successful future for 100% of our students. That goes for every child in our school district, from the smallest to the largest, and from the youngest to the oldest. We want to make sure that our students are, performing just as well as any other child in this state or in this country for the most part. we have a lot of changes in education. We have to keep up with those changes. So from the top down, we're always training and always learning how to better serve our children, how to better serve our community, how to balance that stress, and balance
Mm.
that support for parents, balance that support for students, balance that support for my overall staff. That
Right.
that's something that is always constantly on my mind. How can I do this better? How can we
Right.
make things better? There's absolutely not one job on my campus that I would not do. I don't care what it
Right.
is. If I'm gonna, you know, um, car pickup, drop off,
Yes. I've seen you out
lunch
there.
duty,
Yes.
hall monitor,
You
wherever
do
I
it
need to be,
all.
I'm gonna be there. I'm not an office principal. I'm a
You're
hands-on
not.
person. I like this. I like to be, in the school with the children, with the
Mm.
teachers, and helping out and whenever I can. So
Right.
that's very important. And just, more parental involvement. I love when we can have events and we can invite families and parents into the school so that, they can be a part of it. Our families and parents make up our communities. And I liked when I say that you are part of Hamilton County Elementary School family, I include parents in our community because we teach those children, and so those children go out into our community. So our parents and families are part of our Hamilton County Elementary School community as well.
Right.
And I and just being there and knowing that we're working to improve every single day. And of course things happen. You have 700, 800 kids in one school, things are going to happen, but
Right.
take care of it.
Right.
We don't put things off. Take care of it. One of the things that parents want to know, they want to know that you care about their children. They want to know
Yes.
that any issues that arise involving their children, that you're taking care of it. And that's what we try
Right.
to do. That's something that
Right.
is very important. You're going to have things, bullying allegations, those type things.
Mm.
Take care of it. Just handle it
Right.
as best you can. And that helps with that overall environment, that overall climate that you want to build within your school to ensure that children are performing at a high level.
Right.
And that's where we are, and that's what we're working to try and do.
I tell you, I want to say something about this event. I think it was last week, but we had two or three threats. And I tell you, you have people that say, what's going on out there and what's going, and what I love about you all is that you all are not taking it for granted. Y'all are not saying
Mhm.
that, hey, we got this threat, but we're not going to act on it. Y'all say, okay, we're gonna act like this thing is serious every day, all day. And if we're going to
Right.
put it on lockdown, or we're going to put it on restricted movement, we're going to take it serious, and y'all take the proper precaution. And that's what I love about the school, because sometimes it can be a little situation for parents who are not there, that's not there at the school, and they're saying, why, what's going on out there, I can't come get my baby at the time or whatever. But they have to be certain that, hey, we're letting you all know we're not hiding anything from you, so you all won't get a text message or something from your child saying that, why the school is on lockdown, we haven't heard anything. I love how you all act on it, and y'all respond quickly to whatever it is that y'all receive. Y'all act immediately, and y'all help us, especially like a sub, come a sub, and y'all help even myself to understand the importance of a school lockdown and how serious it is, and how
Oh
we should
yes,
take it
ma'am.
and things like that. So I just love how y'all act on those threats, and not taking it for granted, not thinking, oh, it's just a regular call, somebody
Yeah.
threatening the school again. That y'all take it serious, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. um
Well, school
Another thing.
safety is definitely at the forefront as well. Before we do anything, we have to ensure students are safe.
Right.
And as you said, we have different, fortify those type things. And when people call, if someone calls in a threat, we're gonna always take it seriously,
Right.
no matter what. Because as I've said, safety is a big concern for us.
Right.
And we have safety drills, we have fire drills, so students are
Mm-hmm.
they are aware. And those drills just help them practice,
Right.
just in case if something actually is, a real threat. So we definitely stay on high alert. We keep doors
Mhm.
locked.
Yes.
That's the first line of defense, lock doors.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that our children understand the importance of being safe, and that see something,
Right.
say something. That is
Yes.
something that we want our children to always know, that if you see something, say something. If you see something,
Right.
anything strange, hear something strange, say something, so that it can be
Right.
investigated, and to
Right.
just to you know determine whether or not it is a threat or not. But as you said, we take anything in regards to a threat, we take it seriously. Yes, ma'am.
You know what? This is what I'm about to say is something when you lack knowledge. You call it ignorance or whatever, I just call it lack of knowledge. It could be ignorance also. Because let me tell you something. I thought that if you're a teacher, I thought teachers can teach at any and every level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they know everything. Oh my goodness. Until I started working out there, and I went and I was I'm subbing for a para. Now I've done algebra in school. Now I wasn't the smartest thing, but when I tell you that them babies came to me with just with minor algebra, I do not remember. I do not, and I was like, oh my goodness. So that's why it's important that these babies know when they come to school, learn. Let me tell you something. Y'all parents
Yes.
don't know what they're doing, and algebra, I just, it's almost like I drew a blank. And thank
Yes.
God the teacher was there. She was there teaching. But I wanted to know also, it is so important that we have love and respect for the teachers that are out there. Because let me tell you something, when you have a child that's out there and they are not disciplined, and I got to go back to mine, to my baby. When you have a child that's not disciplined, it disrupts the whole class, and it causes a strain on the teachers to be able to teach, even if it's just one. Even if it's just one child, and they are being unruly, they refuse to listen, or they had a rough day. Maybe they woke up on the wrong side
Mhm.
of the bed. Maybe they had some
Yeah.
things that happened. Oh my goodness! But it's something. It takes teachers to be there for more than a paycheck. And I'm so grateful that I have encountered teachers that I really feel in my spirit at Hamilton County, that they're there for more than a paycheck. They're there to teach the
Yes.
children. They're there to help, to be there for them, for guidance and for comfort, and they do more than just teach. I've seen them teachers love on those babies and
Oh
talk
yeah.
to them, communicate. They take out their time with them. I just thought you just go there and teach until I started, being in the system, and I realized how much they pour out,
Yes, ma'am.
because you have babies that have those, they have a bad day too. They don't want to
Yeah.
be in school. It's cold, and they didn't get much sleep last night, and maybe they stayed up all night. I don't know, but you just never
Yeah.
know what those babies went through. But you have teachers out there that are understanding, and
Oh
they
yes.
show empathy and sympathy. They show compassion. They show love,
Mhm.
and those babies are always, around them. And now that I'm in the school system, I have more respect for teachers, and not just thinking that the teachers, you know, can teach on any level, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And they can
ma'am.
teach
Yes.
everything, and they know everything, so
Yes.
it's imperative as a parent
Mm.
to
It
make sure that
is.
your child go to school and learn, because there's a lot of things we don't know. And I know that you all know that. And so that's why
Yes.
y'all try to get them where they can do most of their work at school, because we're not able to. We just not. We just
And,
can't
and
help
it
it,
is true. And I mean,
Yeah.
we live in it. We don't, parents have to work. So,
Right,
when they send their children to school, they want them to be in school. And I totally
right.
understand what you're saying. Yes. And I mean, just going back to, what you were saying about, how teachers interact with students, it is definitely important that you build relationships with your
Yes,
students, your
right,
students, so that we can respond appropriately and support them appropriately.
right,
And that's very important. I mean, regardless of what they bring into, we can't do anything about the external factors, but we can help
right,
them when they get to school. We have
right.
free lunch for all of our, well, free breakfast, free lunch for all of our students. And we, serve breakfast in the classroom, which ensures that,
Mhm.
majority of our students get a good breakfast, get a good lunch. Those
Mhm.
things we can handle at school. And
Right.
just building relationships and understanding, our students, from that standpoint, because that is a, very important part of educating them. They have to
Right.
feel safe. They have to feel welcome. They have to
Mhm.
feel loved, you know,
Right.
in order for them to come in and want to learn. Most
Right.
children, I mean, and I tell my teachers all the time, if you don't think you're important in the lives of the children you serve, let them catch you at Foodway. They will make you feel like a celebrity. They're gonna call your name and
Oh,
call you
don't
out,
they?
and that's my teacher, and that's my. They're gonna let everyone know who you are because they really love their teachers. And so,
Right.
you have to understand that we play a very important part in their lives. So, smiling and praising them and just being positive and motivating them, that's very important. I mean, I pull out all the stops, whatever I need to do in order to motivate our children. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go all the way for them.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you said that. You said the praise is right because I've been in class where the teachers have said, "Good job, such and such. Good job, good job, good job." And I was looking like, "Oh, that's what you do." And when they do that, the other children now they're trying to do a good job. Now they're trying to do the right thing, and now they're trying to
Yeah.
sit down. Good job. Thank you for being quiet, Kayla. Thank you for being quiet, Anaya. And it's just like, oh my goodness, like it was like an eye opener for me. And I was like, oh, I
Hmm.
gotta use that. I gotta use that. So I
Yeah.
gotta get when my baby's doing the right thing, I gotta know how to praise him, not just disciplining and getting on to him all the time. But when he do something good, you praise him for that. I listen. That was a teachable moment for myself to
Yes.
see the teachers do that. But it wasn't just a teacher; it was a lot of them. That I've been in class with
Hmm.
them, and they do a lot of that. So, um, I want to go back to something she said. Parents should partner with teachers for best results from your child. Yes, ma'am. Sean Christopher. Yes, ma'am. And
Oh
that
yes,
is
that's
excellent.
definitely, it's definitely a partnership. It has to be a partnership. And children need to know that parents and teachers work together for their good,
Yes.
for their
Right.
benefit. Definitely a
Right.
partnership.
And you know what? And when they know that, your teacher and your mom communicate and they talk, and you
Hmm.
say, you know what, I'm gonna call your mom, or I'm gonna have a conversation. Them babies, most of the time, they get right.
Right.
You hear me? When they know
That's
you're about to call mom, because they'll, I mean, it's normal to do things when mom or dad is not around, to act out, do certain things you feel like you can get away with, and I've seen it. But when them teachers say, I'm gonna call your mom, they get right. They get in
they
order. So it
will.
is great to have
Yes,
good
definitely.
communication. Yes, ma'am. This has, I mean, I have loved. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I need to just ask you. Is there anything that you would like for the parents to know?
Just the fact that as we just talked about, just that overall partnership, and um just being a part, engaging, and just
Right,
that parental involvement. That's very important. When children know that their parents are concerned about them and concerned
right,
about their grades and concerned about their behavior and just concerned about their overall academic experience, they perform better. They do better because
right.
they want to please their parents. They want to please their
Yes, they
teacher,
do.
and they want to be successful too. And we have to be there to support them. And I mean, I love engaging with parents, and if there's something that they don't know, I don't mind talking to them and telling them and teaching them, because at the end of the
Right,
day, I'm a teacher first, in
right,
this profession. And so I don't mind teaching. That's something that I actually love. I mean, I love being in the classroom with the children, um,
right.
and just helping student parents understand. Now this Thursday, we're gonna have a literacy night, uh,
Uh-huh.
starting at 5:30 at our school. Our
Hmm.
students did
Hmm.
bring the notes home, and we asked for an RSVP because we will be serving, you know, um, just a light dinner. But that's another opportunity for parents to get involved. If there is an opportunity, just make sure you take advantage of it. We want parents to
Right.
know. I mean, there are so many changes, and a lot of times we can't get everything out. Things happen so
Right.
fast. But if there is an opportunity to come in and learn something, or
Mhm.
gain some understanding about something, make sure our parents come and make sure they know that this is for your benefit. If you need to know how to help your child do something, don't hesitate. Ask the teacher. I mean, whatever we can do in order to help our parents help their children at home, we don't mind whatsoever. And we have those opportunities. As I've said, this Thursday is one particular time that we will have a literacy night. And that is very important because we promote literacy at a high level, and we want our children to read at a high level. That
Right.
sometimes is one of the areas that we kind of fall short. And so we definitely want to improve our overall literacy skills throughout our school.
Wow. Wow. So you said that's this Thursday at 5 p.m. So y'all gonna have them like in the lunchroom, an area for the parents to come in, or is it gonna be like a classroom setting?
Yes,
How is
ma'am. We'll start in the cafeteria, and they'll
okay?
have a lot of information about literacy.
Got
Um,
you.
Yes, and so we definitely want our parents to show up so that the information that we have for them, they get it and they can help their children at home. Um, you know, Whatever it is, spelling words, help them with their spelling test. You know, Sight words, basic math facts. All those things. If a child comes home and says, I don't have homework, well, let's work on some basic math facts. Let's work
Mm-hmm.
on your multiplication tables. Let's work on, let's just read a couple of books, you know,
Right.
because every little bit helps. Every little bit helps in anything, at any grade level. If they're kindergartners, work with them on their alphabet, work with them on their letter sounds, work with them on some blending, some CVC words,
Mm,
CAT,
right.
let's blend this word, you know,
Right.
those things help our children. But we want our children to be successful academically,
Right.
socially, behaviorally. We want our kids to we want success for them.
That'd be great because I was just thinking, like when on Thursday, will they have like pamphlets or something that they can provide the parents so they can say, hey, if there's something that they can watch on YouTube so it can kind of help the parents to know how to do because my
They'll
baby's in
have,
pre-K.
yes, ma'am. They'll have,
Okay,
resources and things like that
got
for
you.
you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because I'm telling you now, if I had a fifth grader, probably fourth grader, yeah, oh, so I would need some extra help so I can help my
Yeah.
child because their stuff is it is on another level.
I
So
totally understand.
yes, ma'am. So that is awesome. So for y'all, that's why y'all have to share this video because this is pertinent information. This is great information. You won't know a lot of this stuff if you don't put it out there if you don't share it. And this is why we have to get more involved in the school system. I would have never really applied myself in the school system until I started working. And now I
Mm,
understand the importance of school. I didn't like school when I was in school. I didn't like school. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Didn't go to college, didn't want to go to college. And then I think you and I was talking about that, like you were saying,
mhm.
if you don't go to college and but you have to understand you have to
It's
have an
the end of the
education because
workforce.
I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't go to college. Well, I did do a little bit of college for the prison,
Hmm.
but I still had to have a high school education.
Right.
I had to have my diploma. I mean, you may still have to have something in order to still work at a prison. But what are those other jobs that's out there where it requires you to have a degree or requires you to have a certain amount of experience? And this is why finishing high school is important. You got
Hmm.
to be able to finish and get your education. You got to learn
That's
something.
right.
You can't, not just
Regardless,
skate by.
yes. And regardless of, what children decide to do, like I said, when they leave us, when they leave fifth grade, going to sixth grade, we want them to be prepared, to
Mm,
engage in that level of work. And as they
right.
move from grade level to grade level, we want them to be ready. And I know, they say, well, that's just elementary school. Well, elementary school is very important because we
It
think about,
is.
our students, our third grade retention.
Mm-hmm.
That's a retention grade. That's what people like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't score a certain score on the state test, then
Right.
there's a
You help
possibility
it.
you have to repeat that grade level. And of
Right.
course, we know what research says. If a child is not reading on grade level by third grade, then it's a possibility they will not be able to catch up. So we want to make
Mm,
sure, and I mean, it's very important,
right.
that we get our children, those foundations are taught profoundly, the phonics skills,
Right.
those foundational skills, that will help them and promote, better, reading abilities. So we definitely, want people to understand that it's very important, first and foremost, that students come to school. Attendance is very important as well. If a child misses 1 or 2 days a week, that's a lot of instruction that they've missed that we just cannot make up because our pacing
Mm,
will not allow us to go back and bring
right.
those children up if they are missing school. So we need for them to come to school every single day. Okay. And I mean, we have a schedule that's bell to bell in every grade level. So we're
Right.
teaching all day, every day. And we need
Right.
children in school every day, all day. And we try very hard not to interrupt, instruction time. I mean, I'm very strict about, you know, interrupting instruction time, which we're coming up on the holidays. So we'll have some, activities and a little leeway. But up until this point, it's just been work, work, work.
Right.
And it's important that our children come to school because if they're missing, it's difficult to go back. It's very
Right.
difficult to go back and bring them up. And we
It
want
is.
them to be on grade level. We want them to be ready, and we want them to excel.
Right. Yeah, that is important because you can't go back and say, well, okay, I can't because you have missed this and we went over this part of reading, this part of math, and you miss a day or two, and then you come back next week, you miss another day or two, and that is falling behind. It's a
It's a
lot of
lot.
things that they're
It's a
missing,
lot.
and we can't bring you up to pace. Right. So
Mhm.
yes, ma'am, I get it. And you know what? The more you miss, the school, the more you don't want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how it is. And it's important that we all get it. If there's anything that you would like to say to the parents, what is something that you can say to us parents that you know either don't get it, don't like school ourselves, didn't like school while we were in school? Especially, I want you to talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me
Yeah.
something. Just
So
talk
so
straight to
be
me.
so be as positive as you could possibly be about school and about learning and about,
Mhm.
just overall, behavior. Um, we want children to want to come to school.
Right.
So, I mean, just help us promote school.
Right.
Talk to them about the importance of getting an education. Talk to them
Right.
about the importance of coming to school and behaving and listening and engaging appropriately.
Right.
Just that positive support. And I mean,
Right.
we of course we want from the school standpoint, the same. We have to, it has to be a team approach. We have to have a partnership in this. The school
Right.
parent, or school home connection, that is something that is very important. Um, and so, we want that. We want that parental involvement. We want that engagement, and we want parents, you know, to come out and just be a part of our school and just be a part of our school family. That's very important. That's important for children to see that we are
Right.
partners and we do work together for the good of the cause, and especially when they're involved. And I do want parents to know that we love all of our children. Children are number one. I know a couple of years ago we were able to buy t-shirts. The t-shirt
Uh-huh.
had on the pocket, I am number one, HCHES. Every
Come
child had
on.
that shirt. Every child had a shirt um, that said that. And together we will rise to excellence. That's been our continued motto, our continued mission. When I became principal, that was our motto. And we're going to
Right.
continue to rise to excellence. Every year, we're doing things better and better, and we want to continue to do that. Um,
Right.
you know, and it's not easy.
Right.
Educating children is not easy. Parenting is not easy. So we all have some tough jobs. But
Right.
when it comes to our children, I think that, we should be willing to put forth our every effort to ensure that
Right.
they have what they need in order to succeed.
It's like a tribe. We
Mm,
all work together. And I'll
yeah,
tell people, if you see my baby at school, help my baby out. Get on to
yeah.
him because he need to tighten up, and don't be giving his teacher a hard time. Let me know so we can work together. And so
Oh, yeah.
this I'm telling this interview has been beautiful. You have really cleared up a lot of great things. And I want to tell you who all came in on the show. Patricia Robinson, Miss Joanna Griffin. Hi, Miss Griffin. How are you? Sharice Cherry, Kaylin Allen, Sean Christopher. They all came in and they chimed in a little bit.
Awesome.
I'm sure you have some people from the school system that is probably watching right now. They're just not saying anything.
It's okay.
They're not saying anything, but they'll probably, talk to you when you
Thank you,
get to.
Miss Shawn.
Yes, so you do have some support more than and I just have to I have to say, from our from where we come from and things like that, I am
Mhm.
so proud of you. Oh my goodness. And you do a wonderful job, and you are doing a wonderful job, and your staff, again, they are excellent. They're just the best. And I absolutely love them, and I know we'll continue having staff to come there and work. And I tell you, if they're there when they get there, even if they have, like, I just want to get paid, by the time they get there, be around them babies, they're gonna fall in love.
Yeah. Oh,
they
yeah.
fall in love.
Yes.
They're adopting them babies, and them babies adopt them. And oh my goodness, you be like, y'all babies better go somewhere.
Well, Miss
I am not
Mitchell,
trying to fall in love.
I have to say, and I cannot express enough how blessed we are, because we
Right.
have beautiful children, and we get
Yes.
to we get to have school, and we get to enjoy them every single
Right.
day. They are such a joy and such a
Right.
delight to have. And they make my day every day.
Right.
And as I've said, I love being out there. I love being out there with them, seeing them. And when they come up to me and they tell me about something, maybe a book they read, and they took an
Mm-hmm.
AR test and they
Made a
made a
good
100
grade.
on it, and they're so
Yes.
proud of themselves. And yes, and we just have to make a big deal about it, because it's so important. And
Right.
just the fact that, as you said, um, you know, we want to give them the best that we can give them. This is what,
Right.
if this is all we have, then we want to make it the best. And
Right.
we want our children to know, that they're loved and they're respected, and
Mm.
and we expect them to do a good job. We expect them to excel, and we have to
Right.
keep that at the forefront. And we can't water that down, because it's so
That's
important
right.
for them, to make it. But I'm thrilled that you
Yes.
asked me to come on and
Yes,
speak.
ma'am.
This is Yeah, this has really been, just a good platform,
This is.
a good positive platform. And hopefully, this message will, reach out to our
Yes.
community and our parents and our students and our community
Right.
partners, our stakeholders. And, just come out at any time. If we're having something, any events, they're welcome, to come out and, just share with our children and see, what
Right.
beautiful children we have, and what a beautiful school we have, and,
Right.
just that beautiful climate, and that
Mhm.
culture of excellence that we're working to
Right.
build every single day. That school is near and dear to my heart, as you can tell.
Right. It is.
And,
It
I mean,
is.
I pour my whole heart into it, but it's not about me at all. It's
Right.
all about,
Right.
the children, as I've said, that I serve, the children, the people that I serve. That's the most important thing. The fact that they know I love them, and, I will put my whole heart into it for them. And
Yes.
I'll do that until you know, I move on, or however it
I know
goes.
that. You said
But
I ain't gonna say it, but you know what I'm
I mean,
talking
I
about.
love it. I love Hamilton
Right.
County. Just
Right.
like I said, this place is near Jasper and Hamilton County area. I know a lot of people in our area, and they're near and dear to my heart. And, I want to do my best for them.
Yes, ma'am. So this has been awesome. We're gonna have Miss Chris to come on I think next week. She's the
Wonderful.
yes, ma'am. She's the dean, and she's out there with them babies. When I tell you she be out there with them babies, she be out. I'm like, I don't know how
Yeah.
in the world she do, but she be out there. So I'm gonna be interviewing her. So I love when I can get some people that, like you said, on the principal level. Then we get somebody who's out there in the field with them. And I want to get one. I want to get somebody. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna find out who I'm gonna get, Mr. Perez or Mr. Clarity. Because I've talked to
They would be
Mr.
great.
Perez.
They would be
So
great. Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look to see if I can get one of them and grab a teacher,
Yeah.
to come because I want us to get, I want to saturate the education system to get more people involved. And then people ask questions. That's why I do this, because we talk a lot, but we don't ask questions. We
Right.
don't we say, oh, I don't understand this, I don't understand that, and why they're doing this. And I think they just don't want to hurt your feelings, and they don't want to ask questions. But this is why we're doing this, so that they
Yes,
can ask
ma'am.
questions, and then you could give them the answer. If you don't have the answer, you be like, okay, I can find out for you, but I'm just grateful that God has allowed me the opportunity. I have such a passion for this. I don't know where it comes from, but nobody but God, for me to do this. So I'm excited about it. I'm just
Yeah.
excited for the platform that God has given me to be able to do it. And Deborah Jackson, thank you, woman of God, for coming in. So that is it. I love you.
Yeah.
And
I love
thank you
you.
for your time. You did such a wonderful job. I love you. And
Thank you.
thank y'all for sharing. Y'all continue to share this. Get this out to as many people as possible. Watch it on YouTube. It's on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. Okay. And we want to get as many people out. And y'all, when I get ready to share the flyer with Miss Chris Robinson, y'all share the flyer. That's going to be really good. And we're going to get more people from elementary school. Y'all, we're going to have our school on top. We're going to have them on point. We're going to have all of them working together as a tribe together to make this school a success and number one.
Yes, ma'am.
I love you all so much. Take care, Mr. Kathy. You take care of yourself.
Take
and
care.
Y'all for chiming in.
All right.
Thank you all for coming. I love you all. Take care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Peace and blessings. Greetings and welcome to Newbeing Queen Talk Show. I am your host, Queen Yolanda Mitchell, and I am thrilled to announce a fantastic opportunity for you to advertise on our program. You can choose either a commercial lasting no longer than a minute or a voiceover in a flyer. Numerous advertisement options are available, and we encourage you to reach out to us via email at newbeingqueenmove@gmail.com. That is Newbeing, NEWBEING. queenmove@gmail.com. For more information, please take notes of our email address at newbeingqueenmove@gmail.com, and we will send you information as soon as possible. We offer you the opportunity to promote your business, upcoming event, ministry, birthday shout out, anniversary appreciation shout out, or any other message you like to get out there. We are excited to work with you to create an effective marketing strategy for you, your brand, and your event. At Newbeing.